Bonjour tout le monde. My name is Brittany Probst, or Madame Probst to my students. I am actually making this video designed specifically for parents who might have like zero experience with Google Classroom. Their kids are using that as their way to manage digital learning, and they're having trouble trying to keep track of their kids' assignments, or their kid is saying they turned something in and the teacher's like, I don't see anything, or it's a blank document. I'm just going to give you guys some quick ways to address that with your own students. So first, obviously, you get onto the Google Classroom landing page. As you can see here, these are all the classes that I teach, but I also am a student in this class, which is actually my French group for all the French teachers in my county. I teach in Wake County as a French teacher. So you'll see, obviously, you have what is called the stream, and the stream can be used in a bunch of different ways. Sometimes the stream is that the teacher will make announcements only, and other times the stream will have announcements of assignments that are made. In this class, we really don't have any assignments so much, but you can see there are a lot of different posts that are made on the stream. This is, and you can actually see right here, this is an example of when she posted a material or she posted an assignment. And from there, you can click on the assignment. But I actually always tell my parents and students to manage from the Classwork page. The Classwork page is so much easier, and I'll show you that in just a second. On this page, you'll see there is obviously your Meet link. You probably know if your county is using Google Meet, that you just click on the link and it goes into the class. Super, super easy. But I want to also point out right here, this is really important. Okay, this is the upcoming tab that's specific to the class. So if your child has upcoming work in that class that is not yet due, you'll see that here. Okay, and you can actually click View All, and it will pull up the assigned work. And I'll come back to this. This is called our To-Do tab. You can access this for every class, and every class will be listed here for the assignments. You can change from one class to the next, all classes right here. You can see what's missing, which is really great. Oh, look, I never did the attendance in September. Oh my gosh. So you can see that. You can see what was last week. You can see this week. And then you can see the things that I marked as done, the stuff that I already turned in. Obviously, I did not do that. So you can actually click on this and you'll see it has the description of what the work is. Now for a student, there are going to be two different places that you'll see their work. First here, you'll see like if it's a material that the teacher provided that the student, like it's not a student's document. That is going to be right over there. Okay, but if the student needs to add to a document that was already made by the teacher, then that's going to pop up over here with your work. You can also click Add or Create. This is just a nice, cool tip. Not even teachers always use this, but you can just create a doc or a slide from there. I've had to do that a couple of times with my son when his teacher forgot to attach something. And I just went to Add or Create, I added a doc, and then I threw the picture of what he had done onto that doc. Sometimes it's easier with slides though. So if you go into slide, it'll create that work and it automatically attaches it to the assignment rather than going in and the kid making the document him or herself and then attaching it. It automatically creates it. So if you need to turn in a picture of something that your kid did on paper, then you can go and start a slide. And then you've got this little right here. My kid calls it the mountain picture. And you can upload it from the computer or whatever. You can even just click camera. And then you can take a picture of whatever it is. So say I wanted to, my kid turned in this assignment. Hey, I'm going to take a picture. And I put it in and I just click insert. Super easy. It puts it on there. I try to make them bigger sometimes so it's easier for the teacher. And then if I exit out of it, I actually can click turn in and that will turn in the work. And that means I can no longer edit this document. So I'm going to click turn in and then I no longer have access to that. So coming back again, this is that classwork. And then you can see people You can see all the people that are in the class. You can shoot them an email if your county has email attached to it. But it's really, really helpful with the teachers. You can actually, from here, go right here and you'll click and you can send them directly an email, which is really, really helpful. So that is basically the nitty-gritty of how to manage your kids' Google Classroom. And I highly encourage you to get your kids' password. I try to come at it as like a working together. We are a team, and I can see that you need more support because what we're doing right now isn't working. So if you will give me your password, we can just log in and take a look at it together. Or if you want them to log in for you without you having their password, whatever it is, I highly encourage you to really help your kid and manage their learning a little bit more intensely during this remote learning time. Because let's be real, they don't have the executive functioning to really figure it out. They don't have the ability to, some of them don't have the ability to manage it all themselves. They need us. They need us right now. It's a crazy time. Never did I ever think I'd be teaching first grade, or rather supporting, because the teacher's teaching, but never ever did I ever think I would be supporting first grade. But here I am trying to essentially work with classroom management with my first grader while I'm teaching high schoolers. So it's a crazy time. I hope that this video kind of helps you out with some of that, though, and helps you to understand ways that kids try to circumvent the system and ways that you can keep them a little bit more accountable. I hope it helped. Au revoir. Bonne journée. And the reason why I stress that you no longer have access to that is that actually a lot of times my kid will be like, but I can't edit it. It's view only. So I will come back to this and I'll look and see if it says unsubmit here, that means that he turned it in. And a lot of times your kid is going to turn in something that that they might not have done. My kid will do this all the time, even though obviously I'm pretty savvy with Google Classroom. He will occasionally turn in a blank document. Sometimes that means he didn't understand what was going on. Sometimes it's a little more nefarious. So what I can do is I can go and click on that as the parent who logged into his account. And I can come and see what he did. And for our 11-year-old, we have to do this all the time because he will forget to attach something, or he will just want to get to his fun screen time and he'll just turn it in and say, look, see, I did all my work. Because it'll show up as submitted and done, and it won't show up in upcoming, and it won't show up in the to-do list, which is right here if you want to go access it. But I go into the assignments and I look and make sure that he actually touched the assignment. He did something with the assignment. And you can easily do that from the done page. So you can see I turned in this assignment. I can open it up and I can be like, this is his work. Oh, good. He just put a picture of me holding a book. Awesome. That really wasn't what he needed to do. And so then we can address it from there, what he is doing incorrectly or whatever. A lot of times the teacher's directions will be here. Sometimes teachers will put them on the actual assignment with an audio clip or whatever. It just kind of depends on the teacher. Now, something that we learned with my son is that some of the teachers don't always mark things as assignments. So there's a difference. There's something called an assignment and there's something called a material. Materials are going to look like this, and they're always going to be grayed out because they're not anything that requires your kids' attention to turn in. But if I unsubmit this assignment, meaning I haven't done it yet, this is an example of a specific assignment, you can see that it actually is highlighted. So you can look and kind of skim and see anything that is like highlighted. It's a bright color. And that is something that they have not turned in yet. So I start by going to those. And then I go and see what the teacher posted for the day. So sometimes they'll post an assignment, but not mark a due date. And that pops up on the to-do list. that pops up as like, if we go to assigned, it'll show something that says no due date. And that's a little more difficult to see as well. And some teachers will post materials even when there's an assignment that needs to go with it. So what I'll do is I go on to all their assignments, everything that posted that day or says that date on it, and I'll just skim and see if there's anything that needs turning in. And that's when I talk to my kid about it. Sometimes it's not something that needs turning in. We've missed a couple of things here and there, obviously, but this has helped us to avoid him lying to us about what he turned in, which we all know is really fun. So we've just chosen to stop asking the question, did you do all your work? And say instead, all right, let's go review the work that you did today. And then we've caught a lot of things in that process. Other things, you can actually look at the Google Calendar for your kids' class, and it will post, it shows all the assignments that are due. Now you're going to see the craziness that is my personal Google Calendar, because what it does is it pulls up their Google Calendar, but the calendars actually automatically sync together. So your kids' Google Classroom calendars are going to pop up with all of the stuff that their teacher said or assigned. I chose a one from last semester. But you can see right here, this is all those assignments. Those are posted by Google Classroom.